Welcome to this week's Monday Moments. I'm going to share with you this week a concept that I think applies to leadership as well as other things, but let's focus this week on leadership. And I'm going to introduce to you a small video, a small clip from a speaker called Sharon Eubank. And this was from an October presentation that she gave to a global audience. So we're talking probably at least 1 million people listening in to this particular presentation. And the reason I'm aware of that is because records were kept of people clicking into the Zoom link. All right. So the subject is about leadership, and I want you to watch out for her favorite phrase in this particular presentation. So here we go.
The second thing, make your boat swing. In 1936, an obscure rowing team from the University of Washington traveled to Germany to participate in the Olympic Games. It was the depths of the Great Depression, and these were working-class boys whose small mining and lumber towns donated little bits of money so they could travel to Berlin. Every aspect of the competition seemed stacked against them, but something happened in the race. In the rowing world, they call it swing. Listen to this description that's based on the book, The Boys in the Boat. There's a thing that sometimes happens that is hard to achieve and hard to define. It's called swing. It happens only when all are rowing in such perfect unison that not a single action is out of sync. Rowers must rein in their fierce independence and at the same time hold true to their individual capabilities. Races are not won by clones. Good crews are good blends. Someone to lead the charge, someone to hold something in reserve, someone to fight the fight, someone to make peace. No rower is more valuable than another. All are assets to the boat. But if they are to row well together, each must adjust to the needs and capabilities of the others. The shorter-armed person reaching a little farther, the longer-armed person pulling in just a bit. Differences can be turned to advantage instead of disadvantage. Only then will it feel as if the boat is moving on its own. Only then does pain entirely give way to exultation. Good swing feels like poetry. Against towering obstacles, this team found perfect swing and won. The Olympic gold was exhilarating, but the unity that each rower experienced that day was a holy moment that stayed with them their whole lives.
And that's what I'd like to share with you today. The exaltation felt when the leader of a team is capable of pulling together the varied talents and skills and attitudes and capabilities of that team. And it feels like almost like a holy moment and stays with you for the rest of your life. So fairly emotional description there. But I think the analogy is a beautiful and powerful one. So here's the question. How do you make your boat swing? And I think as leaders, and I faced this question very recently when I started pulling together a team of clients and former clients in order to help me develop a new program for next year. And I realized that they had significantly different talents and skills. They had views and attitudes and assumptions and opinions. And my responsibility is to pull all that together so that we can work in harmony to create this thing as a tribe, if you like, as a community that we want to create for next year. And as I started doing that in recent weeks, I realized, oh crumbs, what I'm wrestling with in pulling these talented people with very strong views and opinions together and harmonizing that into something that we can create that can be launched to the market next year, a new tribe, a new series of programs. That's exactly the leadership problems that all of us face when we're leading a business, leading a team, where there's more than one support person. So here's my challenge to you today, and my question really, how do you make your boat swing? How are you going to look at each person in your team, each with something to offer, but each with strengths that could clash How do you harmonize that? How do you make your boat swing? I'm not going to provide answers to that. I'll do that in various articles and videos in the future. But I think the question is a powerful one. When you can make your boat swing, that Eubank was sharing and the book that she read from was sharing, then it doesn't feel as if the boat is doing anything more than gliding across the surface of the water. And there's a period there where different people with different talents that should really be fighting against each other are in swing, and it feels exalting, sort of raising you to a new level. So that's my share with you this week in Monday Moments. How do you make your boat swing? What kind of leader are you? Are you capable of pulling together all of those different capacities of the people working with you until the boat feels like it's just gliding across the water? I look forward to seeing you in next week's Monday Moments.